Now we go on to another filmmaker, another very talented filmmaker. There's no one quite like Woody Allen working in American films today. His comedies are about complex urban characters, whereas most comedies are about rubes. Most film comedies involve visual jokes, but Allen's humor grows out of battles within the minds of his characters, people who know themselves better than they know anyone else, and they don't even know themselves very well. Does that sound serious? Well, his new film, Manhattan, is very serious about some funny situations. The film begins as Allen tries out chapter 1 of a book he's trying to write about the city. The film is shot very effectively in black and white.
Chapter 1. He adored New York City. He idolized it all out of proportion. No, make that, he romanticized it all out of proportion. Better. To him, no matter what the season was, this was still a town that existed in black and white and pulsated to the great tunes of George Gershwin. Now, let me start this over. Chapter 1. He was too romantic about Manhattan, as he was about everything else. He thrived on the hustle-bustle of the crowds and the traffic. To him, New York meant beautiful women and street-smart guys who seemed to know all the angles. No, corny, too corny for a man of my taste. Let me try and make it more profound. Chapter 1. He adored New York City. To him, it was a metaphor for the decay of contemporary culture. The same lack of individual integrity that caused so many people to take the easy way out was rapidly turning the town of his dreams into... It's going to be too preachy. I mean, let's face it, I want to sell some books here. Chapter 1. He adored New York City, although to him it was a metaphor for the decay of contemporary culture. How hard it was to exist in a society desensitized by drugs, loud music, television, crime, garbage. Too angry. I don't want to be angry. Chapter 1. He was as tough and romantic as the city he loved. Behind his black-rimmed glasses was the coiled sexual power of a jungle cat. Oh, I love this. New York was his town, and it always would be.
Beautiful photography, even better on the big screen. The movie is about the self-centered troubles of Woody and his intellectual East Side New Yorker friends. One of the problems faced by Allen's character is that his ex-wife, played by Meryl Streep, is writing a book about their failed life together.
Are you writing a book about our marriage?
You leave me alone.
Are you writing something about our breakup? Just tell me.
We've said everything that needs to be said to each other.
Well, I happen to know you are because I have a friend at Random House, okay?
You know, I'm free to do as I please.
Yeah, but this affects me.
I'm in a rush.
So you're going to tell everybody everything, right? Our life, our sexual life, all the details,
What do you do?
right?
Do you spy on me?
No, I don't have to spy. I was at a party, and a guy said he read an advanced chapter of a book that my wife was writing, and it was hot stuff. He said it was hot stuff. I spilled wine on my pants.
Well, I don't care to discuss it.
How's Willie?
Fine.
Well, give me some details, will you? What do you mean, fine? I mean, does he play baseball? Does he wear dresses? What?
He doesn't wear dresses. You'll find out all the details when it's your turn to see him.
Hey, don't write this book. It's a humiliating experience.
It's an honest account of our breakup.
Jesus, everybody that knows us is going to know everything.
Look at you. You're so threatened.
Hey, I'm not threatened, because of the two of us, I was not the immoral, psychotic, promiscuous one. I hope I didn't leave out anything.
Well, it's not all jokes. Far from it, actually. The film has many serious points to make as Woody runs away from an uncomplicated but lovely relationship with a 17-year-old girl to a tortured on-again, off-again affair with a journalist played by Diane Keaton. Now, why do these people seek out all these troubles? Allen says he and his friends create complicated relationships in order to avoid confronting much more complex, depressing, and unsolvable problems. What's special about the movie is that this point is made two ways, with Woody Allen's incomparable humor and one-liners spoken by people with very real pain on their faces. Manhattan, I think, is easily one of the finest comedies as well as one of the finest dramas of the year.
It's a good movie. It's a pleasure to sit through.
It is, it is.
And one thing that I was observing as I watched it to myself was that Allen has created a comic character. The name of the character is Woody Allen. He's even a comic strip now. It's like Chaplin did that, Buster Keaton did that, W.C. Fields, but they made characters or personas who remain consistent over 20 or 30 years. And what Allen is doing is in every film, the persona changes and develops and gets a little bit deeper. It's fascinating to see what he'll do next. And Manhattan certainly comes right along in a string of very good movies.
It is very good, and he's developing both stylistically, using black and white, using music, and very well. He's a really accomplished filmmaker, one of the treasures in American cinema.
Another thing he gives us are a lot of shocks of recognition, lines of dialogue where you're laughing at the character, at the same time you're laughing at yourself. You're saying, hey, I say dumb things like that too.
There's one great line where somebody accuses him of playing God, and he says, well, I had to model myself after someone.
Great modesty. Anyway, from complicated affairs on the streets of Manhattan, we go now to a painfully simple affair.
We both have high praise for Woody Allen's Manhattan. We recommend you see it. An enthusiastic double yes for that.